Right, good afternoon everyone. We're ready for 4 p.m. Just as I press play, my camera slipped a bit. Hang on. Stay. Delicate adjustments here going on. Okay. Hopefully we're not too wonky on that one. Right, afternoon. It's approaching 4 p.m. It's a brand new week, brand new Sway, and I get the job to start it off again. So this week's Sway routine, and by the way, we just literally pick something to do as a first move and then add on. It's never a whole sequence that we've created. We just kind of fudge it together as the week goes on. And kind of when Bex has got a few 4 p.m s and I've got a few 4 p.m s and then Dave's coming in as well, you never know what kind of hodgepodge of a Sway you're going to get. But that's how we roll with our creativity. It's just a spark of somethingness, and it just evolves from there. There's no planning it up. There's no building it up and then breaking it back down and teaching it in bite-sized chunks. We only have a bite-sized chunk to start with, and the rest of it kind of evolves and grows from there. I've just let off one of our trade secrets, Dave and Bex. The Sway, we don't know what it's going to be. It just bees what it is. It bees what it bees. It is what it is. Don't you like that saying as well? Afternoon, Carol. Did you see my... Oh, is it on that side? Yeah. Did you see my cat scratch? Face attack. When I decided to think that it was a good idea to bath a cat. When historically, cats aren't that keen of water, are they? I lost somewhat yesterday, I must say. Right, afternoon, Maddie, as well. And Mrs. Perry, you were first one in today. Afternoon for you. Maddie's been to Aqua, cooling off now and ready for the Sway. So it's the right time of day for a Sway. Yeah, I've pitched up in the garden again. I've got my ladders, you know, the A-frame ladders, an old wooden set set up here. It's been here all week now. And yeah, we're good to go. Beautiful day, bit too warm for me again. I've just had to splash a few bits of water on me. Oh God, I look like my dad. Look like my dad when he's not had an haircut. It's my cross I have to bear, that is. Right, who else have we got in to join us? Gillian with a G, good to have you here. I think that's us for now, unless we've got any sneaker inners. We'll probably get some of those after the 3, 2, 1. People who are rush jobbing it. Oh, here's a new name that's popped up. Let me just try and pronounce this right. Apologies if I don't get it. Gazina. Have I got that right? Give me a yes, a medium, or a definite no. And then you might need to add the phonetic spelling of your very unusual name. Good to have you. Where are you watching us from? Where are you joining in from, Gazenia? And that would be great to hear. Right, so we normally have this few minutes as a preamble, don't we? And then we get into our Cirque Boost, Sway and Stretch, all in which should take us from the strike of 4 around 15 minutes, 16, possibly 17 minutes. And these are all extra movement minutes. They replace nothing. They merely add to your activities during the day. How's that sounding? Sway and Stretch tends to be relatively low level, and you can choose seated or standing options with or without support. Pick what's right for you. Welcome to my garden. It's a little bit rough around the edges, but it does me just fine. Here comes Romy. Here he is. Let's say hello to this old grumpy old cat. Look at that grumpy face. Right, shall we do this, Rommel? 3, 2, 1. Welcome. You're with me, Kelsey Leverton, for today's 4 p.m. sway and stretch. And today is Monday, the 11th of July, 2022. And we're going to get set up in good posture. So have a think where you'd like to stand or sit. Check your area. I've got just my socks on today. A bit of a sway and stretch in my socks, but make sure that you've got something comfy on your feet. Right, so external support wise, make sure you've got something sturdy and fixed. I've just really got the branches of my plum tree here, or the fence just behind, or a bit of wall, depending on which way I'm facing. A sturdy chair in which you will probably, because look, my feet are literally dangling if I'm not careful. So just bringing yourself forwards in the seated position allows the feet to be planted, and that can help you secure your base of supports in place and your posture to support all of the moving parts that we're going to be moving. Foot pedaling is on the starting list of activities, going into leg marching, and then in a moment or two we'll start to add some arms in as well. Just as we get the legs going, choose between leg marches or foot pedals. Choose between standing with full support. You might have both of your hands on some support next to you, or you might just have a lighter fingertip touch, or you may feel like you don't need so much support at all. Both arms can come swinging in when you're ready, or you can bring one arm in at a time, swapping from external support to external support, and seeing if you can get a coordinated rhythmical marching action in here. It's a little bit lumpy and bumpy and bobbly, so with socks on I can tend to feel those a little bit more than perhaps I can do with my shoes on. All right, steady yourself down there. Bring your feet slightly wider, sink into the knees a little bit so that you've got your arms, shoulders, legs, knees all feeling comfortable there in your standing position. And in seated, just try to maintain best you can your upright posture. Now in seated, to be able to get space for your arms to move in, because we're going to be creating some ripples, you'll need the knees wider so that you can tilt over, support yourself with the other arm, let the other arm dangle, and you're just going to draw circles here. Draw 3 of them. You might want to sit up tall in the middle and then change sides. So you've got 1, 2, 3 circles, and then sitting up tall. Now in standing, we're going to take a little bit of a knee bend, so you can hold on to your external support. Just as you take that knee bend, you might have external support in front of you, and you're just going to draw 1, 2, 3 circles, standing up tall, and then changing sides with external support. Your knees are soft there, legs not fully straight, and stand up. So take that a few more times through. You can use your hand on your knee to support there. So just think you're just slightly leaning over, softness through the knees, support for your upper body, and you're just dipping your fingertips and swirling it around in a little bit of water. Standing up in between, giving the back a little bit of lifting and lengthening. And just think of those ripples that are rippling out from those circles that you're drawing. Okay, stand tall. Just take your shoulders through a couple of shoulder circles. So remind them to go back and down. And let's just do that once more through. So 1 circle, 2, a loose relaxed arm, and then down again, 1, 2 and 3. All right, so that's it for our sway routine. I think you've lost me a little bit of brightness here. Let's have a little look. Oh no. Anyway, we're going to do our stretch routine. Bex, I've just seen your message. Hold on to them, devils. You don't want to lose them, do you? Right, I'm going to do my stretches in seated. You can choose to do yours stood up or sat down. Chest stretch first, so give your shoulders one almighty up, round and back roll. Lift the chest, feel like someone's got you up here. Eyes forwards, fingertips towards the back of the seat, onto the lower part of the spindles of the chair, and a squeeze of your shoulder blades together. Sitting tall, you can have your hands round at your back pockets if you like. Try and avoid squishing your hands into the small of your back, because you can see how that's affected shoulder position and posture there. So slide down, lift up, open up. Think about the times when you need to reach your hands round to the back of you. Trousers, tucking yourselves in, arranging stuff, putting your skirts or underwears on, tucking your shirt in, and relax down. Let's have a look at the upper side stretch next. So we'll go through the full reach, plant your feet, plant your bottom, lift through the trunk, and as well lifting through the upper arm. Your shoulder will be moving a little bit and you'll feel more open into this armpit junction here. Just easing it through, teasing it in a bit more if you feel like you can, and give it a little extra lift through. If you want to go into a tiny bit of a sideways tilt so that that elbow tries to go up a bit more, then you'll get extra length in the trunk. It's only a very small movement, upwards and overwards. Change sides, and we'll do the double arm stretch together at the end. So lifting up, lengthening through, able to get under your armpit a little bit more comfortably. I never know how to say that, you know. I always feel like it's said wrong. Comfortably. Is that right? I don't care, I like it anyway. Lift up tall, relax down. Now, if you've got a slightly more stiffer, immobile side, you might want to hold your hand, your stronger side, and guide that up. So lifting up, guiding up, both arms lengthening and elbows straightening out together, getting some real big uplift here in your sides. Relax. All right, we're going to head into the back of thigh stretch next. So for both the calf and the back of thigh, forwards position on the chair. That way your leg will get much longer. The longer and straighter it is, the more we can get behind the knee to feel this stretch. Loose ankle at the end. Up you come, forward you lean. Because you're leaning forward, you need to feel secure, so make sure that this standing supporting leg is planted along with your hands onto the bent knee, and leaning forwards but lifting and lengthening as well, rather than rounding and hunching. Now doing that might bring more stretchy feelings into your back as well. Depends where your tightnesses are sometimes. I tend not to feel it in my back, but I know a lot of people do report that. Back of the knee, up towards the hip. Ease in a bit more and ease off. Loose ankle, set it up again. Remind your posture where it needs to be, upwards and tilting into it. That's it, just find that pull into the muscle and hold it there. Hold it there, just let it be. Ease it forwards a bit more if you can. So we're always thinking of progressing it bit by bit, tiny bit by tiny bit. And in time and over time, of course, those small, tiny little bits build up to bigger bits. And that bigger bit makes all the difference. But it is over time. Ease into it a bit more, relax, recover. Okay, so those of you who want to do calf stretching standing, I do prefer it in standing. But for those of you who prefer to be sat, here it is, legs straight, toes up. Can I feel a couple of spots of rain? Not sure. Here's the standing version. Split stride, front knee bent with the back heel planted and the back leg as straight as it can be. Get a really good stride into that. And looser calf muscles help around the ankle to keep it mobile, to keep it supple. And if we're needing to lean down, bend down, reach forwards from standing or sitting, all of those muscles go into lengthening mode. And if they've got some tightnesses in them, you might not be able to lean as far forward as you could be doing. Swap sides. Lift through the posture, push through the hips, and then you might get a little bit of extra length into your hip area as well. And just to remind you of what you're doing in seated, toes are up, so are you. And there we have a good range of stretches for you to tap into all of those areas that we know can notoriously get a little bit shorter and tighter over time. All right, there we have your sway and your stretch. So I hope you like the startings offs of ripples. Bex, I'm going to make some more ripples tomorrow, but you can take over your rippling on the Wednesday and Thursday. All right, have you got that? Because we need progressions. Okay, everyone, have a lovely evening. Hopefully it'll cool down just a tiny bit because we've got footy in a bit. Thanks all. See you tomorrow.